It was getting guys coming here, so yeah, it's been a while since the very last video here on the channel, and this one is gonna be like very special because I've never been doing anything alike. So we are supposed to be hacking a web camera on a smartphone in this video, but this technique might also be applied to hacking the laptop's web camera or literally whatever web camera that can be accessed via the web browser. In 2019, there was the TV series, the French one, which is called Stalk. So this is about the elite IT school in France, and they have been like learning how to code, some cybersecurity things. And this guy, the main character, he has been spying on his friends, like literally hacking into their web cameras on their smartphones, like blackmailing them. So the idea of what we're supposed to be doing today is how in particular can we remotely access the web camera on whatever device, like the smartphone or the laptop. So I will now demonstrate how my particular setup is working. So I've written a Python script with only like 71 lines of code here. I'm watching whatever happens when I'm shooting my own self with a web camera. Well, it's a little bit laggy, but yeah, it's kind of proof of concept implementation. So just to give you an idea that this is kind of working. So it's not recording sound, it's just like recording video. And if you have a look like at the smartphone, you probably can't see this really nicely, but I've navigated to this address, and the web page tells me that while I'm reading this, someone is spying on me by the web camera on my smartphone. So how is this possible? Yeah, let me just close this and stop the entire thing because it gets extremely laggy after. So just yeah, so probably yeah, so once I've like turned off the phone, like just press this button, it actually stops. So yes, not very practical, like whatever I'm doing, but anyway, hopefully it makes sense. So this is simply a Python Flask web application hosted at port 5000, and the front end just sends the post requests with an image grab from the web camera. It's quite pretty simple and straightforward. And just to make it like accessible worldwide, I've been using the ngrok, which is a tunneling sort of a thing, allowing you to forward whatever web server running on your local network to be like accessible from the World Wide Web, so from whatever basically. So from the programmer's perspective, this video may be interesting in terms of like how the networking is actually happening, like the front end, the back end, this potential security vulnerabilities. From non-programmer's perspective, you can just have an idea of how easily you can get hacked if you're not careful, so how to avoid those nasty scenarios. So hopefully this makes sense. Okay, so I don't want nope, I just stopped my ngrok. I don't want this anymore. And also I stopped my I also stopped this this as well, my HTTP server. So just clear here, right? And yeah, so let's start writing some code, right? So I want to say from flask import flask. Then I want to, well, let's just provide the commentaries to make it easier to understand. So here we have the packages. Here I want to create a web application instance. So app equals to flask and name. I'm going to be debugging this using the web camera from my laptop because it's just easier, because you don't need to type manually this stuff in or send in this or something. And just to give you an idea that this is also applicable to like web cameras and laptops as well. And when I'm going to be doing this, I will just turn on this little window here. So, but for now it may still be here, but yes, I'll just get rid of this in a minute. So Here we have the main, let's call it loop. So if name is equal to main, in this case, I want to start web server. So I can say app.run, and I want to make it debug equals to true, and I also made it threaded. Well, probably making it threaded doesn't make sense, but I just always do this like this, so probably this may be still on the cards. Okay, yeah, just check it out. Okay, so now to make it actually working, so we need to provide the route. So I can say app route and the very root, and the callback function, let's call it index, and here just for now return string, so something like this. Okay, so now the file is called hack_webcam.py. So this is just the copy that I've already prepared. So here, just writing everything from scratch. So I can simply say Python 3 hack_cam.py. Well, obviously you need to have Python and Flask and Bean installed, but yes, I've been making like many tutorials like this, so hopefully not a problem really. So here we just go to localhost 5000 and we have our server being alive. So we're not supposed to be using ngrok to like make it accessible from the worldwide until we get done. So for now we just need to make sure that we can locally access this sort of a thing. Okay, so now I just want to say from Flask import render template string, so that using this method here we can do the following thing. So we can just put whatever the front-end code that goes, like, let's say, just to give an idea, like h1, and let's call it like the good old line center that no one is using nowadays. So let's say while you're watching this, while you're reading this, someone is spying on you via your web camera. So updating, yeah, so still live. So we have this h1 tag now, just to give an idea. So it's already like the HTML sort of a thing, not just the plain text. So we have this h1. I don't need to provide the HTML head and body, like don't really care much about this. Okay, so now again, just to avoid this video lasting forever, so I need to add a couple of things. So first, let's make this, all of this, guys, copy. So what am I doing here? So yeah, probably even like no, since this is HTML, so the format for commentaries should be like this. So here I can say like a fake website content. Yeah. Here we have, let's call it a video frame, and here we are having a canvas. Let's make it from the capital. Okay, we have the canvas here, canvas to, let's say, to sniff data from. So we're going to be rendering this to whatever comes from the user's web camera to the canvas. So for now, I don't want to make this guys like hidden. So let's make it false for both of those, for both of them for now. Yeah. Okay. So don't need this one anyway. What else? Yeah. And now, yeah, also we need to use jQuery because just for the sake of being really easy to make HTTP post requests from our client, from the web browser, literally. So just jQuery to make HTTP post requests to send images from a webcam. So this is how it's supposed to be working. Okay. Okay. What else? No, yeah, and the actual script. So I just grabbed this script. I will now talk through this. Probably just provide some commentaries to give you an idea. Let's say web camera hacking happens here. So the major function, yeah, and probably no, let's actually keep sticking to this. So okay, ignore this function for now. So what we are really interested in is this part. So here, let's say call it hacking entry point, or better to say, it's better to say hacking starts here. So we got our web page loaded. So let me just update this for a while. Okay, so I already need to close this one because otherwise it's just not supposed to be working properly. Okay. Okay, I can still probably need to reload. Okay, so for some reason it's not displaying. Maybe because, yes, maybe just get rid of this completely. Okay, so here are two elements. They're a little bit different. So this one on the left is the actual video frame, let's say, and the one on the right is the canvas. So they are not exactly the same because, see, like, my head has been like too long, and that's because of the nature of the camera in the smartphone. So to make sure that's not about to be like that disastrous, you can change this to 480 here and here. I will now explain in regards to the resolution. So now it's like it's just okay, but since we are targeting the mobile devices better, so I would still be sticking to this sort of a thing. And for now, let me just video canvas. So let's make it just the hidden canvas. All right. So yeah. So just to give an idea that, like, now my web camera, so here you can't see this, but actually, like, the light is turned on and it's kind of shooting me. But this is just the source of the data. We need to render this data. So our goal, starting from this point, is to somehow extract this data that you currently can see on the screen and somehow post it via the post request to the specific API endpoint that we'll create just right in a moment. So that's the idea. So this, what you can see now on your screen, is just the pure like front end part. So it only activates the device's camera and just gets the stream from it and renders it directly to the browser. So it's not happening. Nothing is happening so far. Nothing interesting. So let's see what happens in the hack web camera function. So first, we're creating the stream, and we are getting the data from the device's constraints. So here is the object for those. So this face mode user, just to make sure that we are using in particular like this web camera. You can somehow access this one. I'm not quite sure. It wasn't researching much about this, much on that. So yeah, we'll also hook in the video and the canvas elements in JavaScript from by the ID. So getting the video frame and also getting the canvas. So by the ID. So also we need to create the context for a canvas, well, which is pretty standard routine to consider. And the most interesting thing, like the reason why it actually updates in the real time, is because of this set interval function. Well, actually not really, it's more likely to be drawn on the canvas. So yeah, probably I can even, yeah, so how to probably, I just want to comment out the major parts of the code that are not kind of being used here that much. Yes, probably like this, and probably not supposed to be doing this thing for now. Yeah, like this. So let me just update to make sure. Yeah. So what happens now? So we're calling this hack web camera function. So we're creating the stream. So we're asking our physical device to get the stream using this object as parameters. So creating the window stream. The video source object is pointed to the stream itself. So this line allows us to redirect the stream from the actual device to this element in particular. So hopefully that makes sense, to this video element. But this doesn't help us much, so we just make it hidden for now. Because we can't do much with this particular image on the screen. So now it should disappear, right? So now to sniff this somehow, we need to render whatever goes from the web camera to the video frame. We need to put this into, to draw this onto a canvas. And we want to be doing this like all the way along, like in a loop, literally in a loop. So we don't really need this part here. So by now, if I just don't make the canvas hidden. So now here we can already see, so it's a little bit delayed, it's a little bit laggy, and there is some technical reasons for this. So otherwise it's just not working for displaying on the real time. But I guess if we just want not to see the, well, I was using Python and OpenCV to like the thing that I'm mostly familiar with. If I want to use something else, I would probably like I don't know, probably could have used some other topic, some other tool. And probably if I was just about to record the video from the remote web camera and not having a need to display it at all, in that case probably the original FPS could have been kept more or less. You'll now understand why exactly. So here, so every 500 milliseconds this step is happening. So whatever we have in the video, so this video frame, so whatever we have there, we actually duplicate that on a canvas. So we're creating the canvas data and converting this to the base64 format, so that we can somehow like pass it to the endpoint. And once we have this data, so this canvas data, so instead of like, say we're not posting anything for now, just to make sure, so just want to open the developer tools to make sure no errors or something. Yeah. So here, for instance, if I say console log and canvas data, I should see the base64 encoded image here. Yes, and exactly, indeed, I have this like base64 image. Since I'm moving, something is changing, like the data here is also changing. So hopefully that makes sense. You know, where this data is going to, so we're we're passing this data as an argument to the post routine. Okay, and what a post routine does, so it's time to uncomment this part here. So what the post routine does, it makes the asynchronous post request to the certain API endpoint which doesn't exist for now, and it just creates this frame like, I don't know, key, and we have the corresponding data there. So let's now catch this base64 encoded images on the server side, which is like the most essential thing to consider in order to actually get the data from the client, from the guy who has just activated his web camera. So here we want to catch let's say video stream on the server side. So say app.route, and I call this stream. Well, not very creative, but anyways. So in methods, so since I'm using the post method only, I'll do it like this, and def, let's call it, I don't know, stalk, and just return empty string. Doesn't really mean that much. So first let's create the image string variable, which is supposed to be the following. So if I just say, yeah, I need to import one more little thing here, so I can say from flask import request, and yeah, just to make sure that just it gets my computer a bit laggy, import request, and here I can say request dot form, because this is the post request, so this is the Flask framework specific, and get, and how I call this, frame. So get frame, and now I want to print my image string. So if I now do this exactly the same thing, it's invalid syntax. Okay, we'll run one more time. Okay, yes, I'm not quite sure. Oh, that's because, okay, just okay, this is ready to be commentary, so hence the reason. Okay, so now this should be, yes, indeed, so it's getting the image data now. So now our API endpoint is alive. So far, so good. And now we can drop back to try to print our image string. What? No, not the requests, but request. Okay, yeah, and now it's like we are now getting the base64 encoded image data on the server side. So all we need to do now is actually to make sure that we can re-encode this to, well, since I'm going to be using the Python OpenCV, so we need to re-encode this to the Python OpenCV specific format, and then just display it. That's pretty much all we need to do here. Okay, so now currently, if we just have a look at the type of this image string, this should be the string type indeed. Just to make sure, like localhost. Yeah, class string. You see this is string here. Okay, but we need to convert this to so-called byte string. So I just say image bytes is going to be equal to base64, and yes, I need to import it. Import base64, and also we'll need numpy as well, so say import numpy as np. Okay, so base64 b64 decode, and this image string, and yeah, that's it. So now let's see the type of our bytes. So yeah, so now this should be a byte string already. Okay. Yeah, so the incorrect padding, well, that's because just to give you an idea, so this is a very common this is the very common thing. So image string that you can encounter, that you might encounter. So let's just clear and go in for this. And okay. And wait, okay, hold on a sec. Nope. I just want to, okay, this is enough. So here is the problem. So it should start from here, and we don't need this left part. So in order to get rid of this, we can simply say dot split, paste this in, and take the very last element from the resulted array. And now indeed we can do this and print the byte string instead. Okay. And localhost. Yeah, now we have the stream of bytes already, so we can work with these bytes from now on, which is really good. Okay, so the next thing, so yeah, I just give a bit more commentaries here as well. So here want to extract base 64 encoded string from the client. So this is browser. Most likely supposed to be the web browser. Then here want to convert base 64 encoded string to a byte string. This is essential for the further usage. And now we need to convert, so just to make sure that it's supposed to be used within Python OpenCV. So there is one intermediate in between step. So we want to convert a byte string to a NumPy array. So let's create the image variable. This is going to be nb.fromString, assuming the byte string obviously, and image byte and NumPy uint8, like this. So, well, we can actually print this as well, just to give you a very quick idea like how the data is being transformed. So just say localhost and whoa. Yeah, for some reason I'm not quite sure. Oh yeah, actually it does. Yeah, you see, like it actually does. It just doesn't print the entire array, so it's already like, so if we just print the type of this, like this is gonna be the NumPy array. Well, not gonna be doing this just to avoid wasting time. Yeah. Okay. And finally, want to convert a NumPy array to an OpenCV compatible image. So I hope didn't make any spelling errors here. So let's create a variable called frame, which is going to be equal to cv2.imageDecode, and we are taking this image, which is the NumPy array, and cv2.imageRead and color. So that's like very basic routine thing to make sure that it kind of works properly. And now the next thing, we want to display the frame in a window, but we want to make this in like in a different thread, because otherwise it's just simply not supposed to be working. So we also need to import thread in here. Hopefully that makes sense. And let's create display thread, which is supposed to be equal to thread in the thread, and the target is going to be, let's call the function update, and the args is equal to, so we're going to be sending the frame and comma like this. And we also need to start this display thread. Copy and paste, start. And yeah, that's pretty much all we need to do. Return from the API call. So the update function, let's create it maybe here. So update remote webcam review frame. So def update, and here we just need to show our frame. That's pretty much all we need to do here. So takes the frame as an argument and just say cv2 dot image show and frame. Here, whatever title, and also whatever title we want to have on top of the window, and also this is like the name of the window object as well, so let's call it stalking. Yeah, so far so good. So if I did everything properly, then already by this time we're supposed to be having our image being displayed. Yeah, and also I just forgot to import the cv2. Yeah. Okay, so let's give it a try. And we're going for localhost. Okay. And I should create a window right over in here. Okay, so something is, it just, yeah, it does create the window, but for some reason, yeah, just not right on time. Let me quickly check. Yes, the interval is 500 milliseconds. Well, I'm not quite sure. So sometimes this window just not working properly. But anyway, we don't really want to have this canvas being visible, so just make it hidden as well. And let's try this again from scratch. Nope. I just want to make sure. Run everything absolutely from scratch here. Okay, so localhost. Okay, so the camera is activated. Well, this is a bit strange, so it's still just, well, I've been encountering this issue, and for some unknown reason, I have no idea why exactly this is happening, but yeah, for some reason it just doesn't render the window properly. Okay, so I just forgot to add cv2.wait key, because this is the routine that isn't it kind of responsible for literally updating, like re-rendering, redrawing the screen. Okay, so hold my breath and Python 3 webcam.py. Here we go. Okay, now still for some unknown reason, okay, let me give it just 3 seconds maybe. And yeah, I have no idea. I swear it was working just a moment ago, like I'm not sure. Okay, yeah, so not 100% sure what exactly this is happening. Well, probably this might be happening because of the video recording software. So yeah, anyway, here is the proof of concept. So yeah, now it just updates once per 3 seconds, which is a bit too long. But again, yeah, for some reason I just can't demonstrate you this working faster with on the single computer. So probably if I do this remotely, like not on this one where I'm debugging, it probably it can be even less than 500 like milliseconds. Let's give it a try basically. But anyway, this is the proof of concept we've been talking about. And again, just to make sure that my head is not like this. Yeah, wait until it gets updated. You can just make this height to be equal to 480 here and here. But yeah, for now, yeah, we don't really need this. So let's drop back to, well, actually, let's try 0. I'm really wondering if I just do 0 here. And if I close this one, so not supposed to be using this on the computer where I'm developing anymore for now. And again, so just looking for, okay, incoming kind of request, post request to the API endpoint called stream, this one. So now, so for those of you who's not aware of what the ngrok is, so ngrok.com, so it gives you an idea how this kind of works. So just download it here, then you just do ngrok http and the port number to forward you to. It would also ask you to, like, it would give you an authentication token. Yeah, so just a single file, and just to give you an idea where this file is, no, not here, it's here. So I have this single file executable called ngrok. So I now need to run this, and in order to run this, I can simply say, just open a new tab, and I say ngrok and http. I'm not sure, probably https is not available. I might be wrong, but let's give it a try. 5000. Yeah, so it just doesn't work. But HTTP does. Well, obviously, no one is supposed to be navigating to the HTTP link, like, which is being insecure. But the matter of the, like, the reason behind this technology in particular, like the reason why it works, it has nothing to do with HTTP versus HTTPS. So if this was like, if you can buy a domain name and like make it real HTTPS, and then just, yeah, so not a big deal. In that case, you can just access this on a target device, and that's pretty much all about it. So now I need to take this number, also, so you can't see me because the web camera is not activated, but I can actually, hold on a sec, you can just run my local one. Yeah, just to get in touch with you guys, to get in touch back. Okay, so I got a smartphone here, and what I need to do now, so assuming that I'm sending this link to someone I want to hack it. That's weird, but since I'm hacking my own stuff, well, actually I already tried this with my dad, and that works like a charm. He was terrified. But anyway, so go into the web browser, so just to show you the complete scenario, how I'm doing this for debugging. So here's my smartphone. So I'm going to the Chrome web browser. Okay, yeah, this is the old one, apparently. This is apparently the old one. We don't need this. I just say HTTPS. Like, and I need to enter this manually. Well, not the best ever idea. So this 70/27/31/202/. dash, not slash, dash, I'm sorry, dash 142 dash 36 dot EU dot ngrok. Yeah, I'm typing very slow on a smartphone, unlikely the modern use. IO and going on there. What? Tunnel not found. Oh, you must be kidding me. So probably mistyped something. Okay, let's try this again. So HTTPS, well, it's not real HTTPS, but yeah, anyways. So 7027. Oh, why not 32, 31? Okay. Yeah, so this is what you most likely see. So it warns you, do you really want to visit the website? Do you really want? So if you ever see something like this on the screen of your smartphone, you never proceed, because you might get hacked after, so don't do this. So anyway, since this is for learning purposes only, I just click this visit website. And then if you're going to a website and suddenly your smartphone is asking you to allow the web camera usage, so use your camera, so the resource wants to use the camera, so this should be something make you terrified already, in case if the website you're navigating to is not supposed to be used like along with a web camera. So for instance, you're going like some random web page to not I don't know, Google Meet or something, but even that might be like a trick as well. So someone can send you a site that looks like Google Meet, exactly like Google Meet, and it would eventually ask you to like open your like allow accessing your web camera. So you would be thinking like you're trying to have a video chat with somebody, but on the real deal, what happens? Like somebody's spying on you. So I just pressed this allow button, and now the window should pop up, and indeed, and it does really. And now I can watch my own self. So far, so good. But if I just deactivate the web browser, then it just freezes, and whatever was the last frame, it just stuck there. Okay, so I'm not going to be restarting the ngrok because it takes ages to get done with it. But I can restart my local server. Yeah, actually, so like, yeah, this did work in particular with even the 0 delay for set interval. So let's maybe put 100 here. Again, if you're supposed to be doing this with a local web camera, like 500 is the best one. Just want to make sure, so maybe this can go a little bit faster. Maybe not, I'm not sure, but let's just give it a try. Okay. Okay. So yeah, nope. Doesn't work. No, it doesn't. So here I just need to update. Okay, here we go. Go monkey gains here. Yeah, so it's not really faster. It's still like doesn't work. Probably even worse. So I just dropped back to 500s, which was more or less just okay. So yeah, it's not the super high density resolution. Like it's not as fast as I want it to be, but again, this is just a proof of concept. Okay, one more time. Yeah, and this still works. And no, actually, I need to update this one as well, because because the variable I've just changed was on the front end, so to make sure it gets updated. Well, not sure whether it's better or not, but anyway, just to give you an idea that likely is this kind of working. Well, okay guys, so this is it from my side. Hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them down below in the commentaries, and I'll post the source code like on GitHub as always, so you can tinker around with it. But again, like, don't watch other people, don't spy on other people. It doesn't make sense. And for those who's being terrified if someone is trying to spy on you, like, live an honest life and try not to do things you might be ashamed of after if you get caught on camera. That's it from my side. Thanks for watching. Until next time, and take care.